guys, Island of Sodor Films, aka Mal here, and welcome to the very first episode of Mal's Trains, a new series in which I showcase most of the TOMY Trackmaster and Plarail models that I have made. Today we are going to be taking a look at my customers in the Farquhar trio, Thomas Percy and Toby. We'll start with the number one engine himself, Thomas. My main Thomas model was made from the Thomas that came in a free pack with Thomas near Ace. The wheels and side rods were also from my original Thomas custom that I made back in 2016. Delivery was based off of how Thomas looked like in the Capsule Adventures of Thomas movie, and I also based the red side rods off of one of Wilbur Tawdry's Thomas models that he used on his Farquhar layout. I later updated it in 2018 on straight footplate like in the Railway series, starting from branch line engines. The reason why I used that old Percy footplate that was broken was because it was the only one that I had available at the time. That's why it looked broken. I will later fix this during production of series 2 of my series. I also used the body shell from my old Thomas custom onto the one that I got from the exact same free pack because the original one broke while I was working on it back in 2018. The model originally looked like this in the series 1 intro and outro and the first episode buffer bashing, but after filming the first episode I later repainted it by using acrylic dark blue paint, which wasn't really the best to be honest, and I did thought it didn't look that great with it, but however, after buying some metallic blue paint, I gave them all a complete repaint as well as being the first ever model that I repainted using humble paint. The lettering was also done using deco pens, which I used to use because I had no paint pens at the time, so that was all I had at the time. Since then, it had gained more modifications aside from the new footplates, such as the front coupling, starting from my remake of Triple Header, along with Duck. Now let's move on to my second Thomas. There isn't really much to say about it, other than that it's the Thomas that came with the Dr. Airplane Thomas Friends of the World pack, with side rods from the Stepney I used for my Fenchurch custom. Up next is Percy. This was the original Percy I used back when I started doing remakes back in 2019. The reason why I put so much plasticine over the smoke box is because I wanted it to look like how I do the tramway engines. The paint job was also based off of this Percy model I saw at the Avon Valley Railway when I was there for a tugs event in 2019. The original footplate was reused for my Timothy custom since I had an idea of changing his bases to a limited row 1F as well as not having him as a demon, so I had him share the same footplate as my surprised Percy from the Percy Rocky 2 pack, which explains why the cylinder was repainted with Umbral but not the wheels or body shell of the surprise-based Percy. But I later replaced it with the CGI face Percy that I got for Christmas 2019, which I still use in present day. So that's it for Percy, now for Toby. My Toby was made from a Trackmaster 2 Toby. I was originally going to use my old Toby in my series, but when I moved house back in 2017, all I had was the Trackmaster 2 Toby, so I had to use that. At first, it didn't have NWR on the side plates. I did add that in 2021. Yes, the lettering does look bad if I'm honest. I might fix that at some point. I also got the idea of Toby having a beard in my headcanon from Tram to stay. I also asked him if I should give him one back in 2019 As for my old TOMY Toby, I've repainted it into Toby in his original livery as seen in the book Toby Trucks and Trouble, the story of Toby's seaside holiday. I also refurbished the face because, well, to make it look as good as new, I thought the payoff was pretty good. That pretty much covers my customers from the Farquhar trio. Which one of these is your favourite? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you have any more engines that I would like to cover next, do let me know in the comments below to tell me which engine I should cover next. Thank you all for watching and I hope you have a great day. This is your boy Mal, signing off. Peace!